Hello everyone, how we doing? Did I miss something? No. So, welcome. We're playing our second character, not the rest defilers. This is the necrotic bones I showed off last stream. I have leveled this character up and made some changes to both the tree as well as the tree and the gems. I have actually gotten proper support gems, all max quality, max level, where I can accept greater volley, which I'm currently working on getting to. Oh, you're not there yet. Currently working on getting this to 2120. I checked on trade to see its price, and let's just say after I saw what I saw, I don't want to see no more. I am actually just going to be looking to getting this one to naturally, I'm going to work on getting it myself. I think it was like greater volley 2120. Oh, it's 3 divines. Oh, I can do that. I don't think I can do it now because I'm broke as shit, because I've been playing around with farming strategies, but I can do that. It was on the weekend when I looked at it, was like 8 divines. I'm like, why the fuck is this 8 divines? It don't make no sense. But yeah, it looks like it's since dropped, maybe? I don't know. As for, oh yeah, we got this, didn't we? Devouring diadem, 30c, 40c. Anywho, so what we have also, we're still using spirit offering for now because we recently switched. I recently switched back to, what you call it? I recently switched back to like non-8 mod maps, and because of this, I am now able to not grow bone offering. But I did switch to bone offering. I switched my ascendancy, which I still might switch back because the AoE loss, I think, is giving me a, like, I think I can feel a DPS loss, but I can always supplement it with increased AoE gem, replacing unbound ailments. Speaking of which, we're now using awaken unbound ailments to make sure our poison actually deals some damage, or at least it's like it lasts longer, right? It goes from 2-second duration to 3.5-second duration, which is all the poison scaling we're going to be giving the poison. Everything else is just going to be strictly from the hit itself. We're going crits, and realistically with spirit offering we can maybe look into crit strike affliction to make sure the poison has a 100% dot multi, so each one 110 I think percent dot multi. For every crit, it basically the poison will basically do double damage. But I'm still playing around with stuff. I don't think I want to invest more into the poison aspect of it, but in any case, I'm digressing. We also crafted these boots on Sunday. That's when I crafted these boots. It's the first +2 Spectre boots I'm crafting this league, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's a shame it's an evasion base, but alas, what can we do? That's the base I found that had the res that I needed and everything. This cost me, I think, roughly 20 divines, something like that. And what else? That's about it. The bulk of the crafting cost was in Vildor, but I farmed it myself, so I didn't need to actually pull out, like, fork up the money. But anyways, this is what we currently have. We are running a map farming strategy with 8 mod maps. The more I play this, the more I realize how strict these minions are in the way of rejects. So I am almost now leaning away from corrupted maps and just leaning more towards farming T17s with more maps and whatnot. But we'll see how it goes. I'm still on the fence. If I do, like, if I do run out of maps here and I do not have like 8 mods I can run, then I'll just, go back to farming regular I can go maps and hoping I drop enough what's it called? Hoping I drop enough. What is that? Anyways, as I was saying, I'll go back to running regular non-8 mod maps and hope I drop enough T17s. Because I do want to start farming my T17 challenge, and I do not want to actually buy T17s. It's kind of the biggest idea there. We also switch from Spell Echo, but this is more, we're still testing it out, but we switch from Spell Echo into faster casting because in theory it should give us more of the higher base damage mortar cast or spells cast by my minions, and as such should be DPS increase, even though on average they are, you know, using less skills. It also reduces screen clutter, but it's one thing it also does is it slows down clear a bit. The fuck is hitting me?
But I must admit there is still a visceral terror associated with witnessing it.
I really do.
Bro, can I click?
Groot? That was vivid.
I'm going to kill you, Giannis. Just not yet.
But yeah, that's the TLDR of like changes that have been made. Why am I lagging? Bruh. No. Stop it. But yeah, right now I would say we have pretty decent damage. I definitely like it. Unless we get like a map mod like minus, or not minus, plus whatever percent chaos res, because we're scaling a whole lot of map modifier effect. Reason being that is just part of the farming strategy. We want to increase the number of maps we drop, and by having a higher effect, we're going to do it even more. So in theory, by dropping as many tier 16s as we can, we increase the chance of dropping tier 17s. It's kind of the TLDR. Is this a reduced flask charges gain map? I don't see it, but possibly. How on earth did I die? Pretty sure I was still leeching. Was the... Yeah, like here I'm still leeching. Defense wise, we still have one big purchase to actually fix it to the point where we stop dying, and that is something I want to add, which is endurance charges, which then makes me not able to run steel charges, but you know, it is what it is. I want to add enduring cry and call to arms with 100% uptime, which then allows us to have a lot more PDR, because phase damage is currently our weakest defense. It's currently our weakest defense, and other than that, it also makes... What the hell? How does something just pop out and try to one-shot me? Like, what is it? If you guys want to see what the full poison would kind of look like, I would have to swap out... Well, for poison itself, if I want to scale poison to the moon, I think I go spell echo, I go unbound ailments, I go void manipulation in like here, I go minion damage here, and then I go maybe swift affliction, something else that would help poison. So we can actually try it, to be honest. We'll just go full poison for one map. The question is, am I going to leave minion damage here? I don't think I will, simply because I want these 2 spots taken. Well, this is taken, so if I put this here, I can fit in void manipulation. And if void manipulation is here, it means I'll remove our crits. Faster casting goes to void manipulation. What else? I'd have to go like malevolence in place of zealotry too. I'm lagging and it's annoying me. And then what goes in here? Rita volley, void manipulation, spell echo, unbound ailments. I think a green gem goes in here, to be honest. So what green gem are we looking at? Swift affliction, most likely. And I have the awakened version, which is even beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. All right. So this is what the poison version would look like if you had to take this full poison without any crit whatsoever. It's not bad. I've honestly not tested this, so we're about to see it together, but I would wager, yeah, it's not bad. We still have some crit scaling on the tree and everything, but like I don't think it would be bad in any way, shape, or form. We might also want to try to fit in a second curse, in this case, which would be temporal chains. I'm on the fence about fitting it without going ham on poison, because in theory it would increase my DPS. But on my Arcanist brand setup, it's kind of already full. Like my Arcanist brand currently is looking like Desecrate, Offering, and Curse. So unless I manually cast it aside there and also take this one, which is quite a ways, and we're already so starved for points, it's not happening. Well, going for crit focus, it's just, I don't think there's a universe where it's worth it.
Know where you're going?
Anyways,
I believe you know it as the bridge.
okay, we're running map before we switch back our gems to the crit poison version or the hybrid version. We're still using Spirit Offering just because I can't be asked to switch to Flesh Offering. I don't have a maxed out Flesh Offering. I don't. So. But let's see what it looks like in the map. Keep in mind, Malevolence is still leveling up, and so is I guess Awakened Void Manipulation. But Awakened Void Manipulation is already awakened, so it's already better than a level 20 Void Manipulation, though it is 0 quality. And then I think there is Void. Wait, what? Swift Affliction. What I'm saying, the Void Manipulation is also here. Only contains support gems.
Ready, Exile? It is time to hunt.
Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, it's really not bad.
This one is happening.
All right, let's do this. What betrayal job do I have in progress? The fuck? I hate when
Mind if I jump in?
like fortification pops up on the corner of the screen and it's like, well, you started it, you must finish it. It's like, my dude, no, I didn't.
You've made your
A truce.
So now can I do what I want to do, please? Oh, great. No, I cannot. But this means I'm also done with. Well, in a theory, in a situation when I wasn't full clearing the map or at least killing the
See the bigger.
main boss.
If only you could understand what we're
Um,
trying to build. Are you in a
I will not be too hard on him, Exile.
I still need to kill the main boss to get progression on map magnificence. I think is the name of the challenge.
I'm ready, and not before.
So map magnificence and
Yours won't be.
yeah, that's basically why I'm finishing the map.
Get snowy. You could end my life. I would. Right.
Death's too kind for a monster.
It does. I will be honest. Yeah, poison does hurt. It 100% does. And keep in mind again, there's stuff that's leveling up. Let's see how well it does against Hillock. Oh, damn. The moment it ramped, she ramped. What is this? Camiria's Mall. Loki, this shit got damage. I wish I could compare like very identical maps, but alas, it is not an option unless I want to run like white maps, which or not like normal maps, which I don't think I want to, simply because the cannon fodder would be too cannon fodder. Take this, take this. Like they'd be too weak essentially is what I'm saying. What is here? Crit, greater volley, echo, ailment. So this is exactly how I had it, with this being a swap for this as a potential one. Then we're gonna dump this and this back in our tabs. We're going to run the next map. Now we're back on the full crit version, I think. Turn on zealotry. I should get an awakened generosity. Why did I get 2120 generosity? Awakened generosity. $520. It's 4 divines. Okay, so we're gonna be pushing for that too, as well as our 2120 greater volley. These are probably going to be our next 2 upgrades. Well, that aside switching my shield, because I need to switch my shield. Your chaos and wither resistant, eh?
Tell a Moana warrior. Flee.
When I'm ready, and not before.
This map has 90-something% less effect of curses, so
Ancestors, forgive me. I choose. Death is. You've made one heathen.
bruh.
each cog must turn, machine is to work.
Back to the Inquisition. I assume.
Switch over to this. Dying was not ideal. I don't know what killed me there.
If only you could see the bigger picture, Exile.
Torah is this? Really? Oh no.
Time for me to clean
That was probably my chance at getting Torah to... Oh fuck. That'd have been a quick death.
Perhaps I
was the fool.
A good strike. Death hope.
Like the phoenix.
Death's the only option here, I'm afraid.
Death is simple.
Like the phoenix. I won't tell you.
You've made
A truce for now.
What is this? Widow Hail. So why did it just show up as not valuable? Like, bruh. What is killing me so quick? I have no idea what's killing me, but I would suspect it's still Fizz. Do I have negative res here? No, no negative res. It's just Fizz as extra fire. Give them some extra Fizz as extra fire, because why not? We like living spicy. What is this lag? Yo, this thing did not want to pop my spirit offering. I kind of hate using
When I'm ready, I'm not.
Arcanist brand we offering. It always feels like it's slow. And granted, part of why it's slow is how I have it set up. How I currently have it set up includes having it being like Desecrate being the last. So in situations where there are no corpses, it would pop out the corpses last, so it doesn't actually proc offering the first time it runs through. But the reason for this was my old ascendancy. With my old ascendancy, I would gain damage around corpses. Oh no, we're back to lagging, aren't we? I guess to a degree, but to a degree, no.
A mother bear will fight to the death to protect her cubs.
Okay, Tora.
Your mark still.
I must fall. Respect.
Oh yeah, one extra thing I also need to work on, which might honestly be the reason I keep dying, is I need to get my Storm Shroud. I don't have a Storm Shroud, and as such I'm not ailment immune. But the reason I haven't gotten it is not because I can't afford it, but more because if the moment I get it, I have to fill up this and this. Oh, I have. Then it should be more straightforward. I just need chance to avoid shock here and chance to avoid shock here. I lose chance for poison, but it is what it is. Better than losing chance for, what's the other one? Bleeding. I hate bleeding, so that's even worse for me. Oh jeez. Another thing I'm also considering, I haven't decided, of course, but I should decide soon, is testing out fast approach. I kind of want to test it out because I know they are mortars. I know it takes a while, but like it takes so long for it to actually hit, like so flipping long. It almost makes me want to run fast approach. I do think I have like pretty good fast approach, at least somewhat leveled. So I'm not going to be starting out from level 1. I don't think it's also going to be near level 20 either.
Tangled in our tapestry, Exile.
Strength in numbers, friend.
Because why being slow matters is when they start moving around, you're going to... Is this new? I have never seen that in my, I guess, league and a half of playing syndicates. This is the highest fast approach. Okay, we'll swap this out. We are obviously going to do less damage because we just took off increased crit support. So we are obviously going to do less damage. So just a heads up, I'm more just looking at the projectile behavior right now with fast approach, how it looks like and how it feels. It low-key feels like they are more synced up. But other than that, I don't know that I am seeing an inherent difference. Yeah, I don't know that I am seeing a difference in the actual approach speed, and I feel like running faster approach, I should see the difference, especially level 13. Maybe faster approach doesn't work on it.
The choice, but I don't. This was meant to be done by now. We should solve this with words.
Every time you kill me, I just come back stronger.
I'm no traitor.
I am well acquainted with death. A savage.
Somehow, trusting this Riker Maloney feels like a mistake.
So let's switch back.
Right
There's also a universe I just abandoned crit altogether. Try to push as much increased damage as I... What the fuck is this? A rogue exile? So there's a universe where I abandon crits, go control destruction, and then just try to scale cast speed with flesh offering.
Taste blood once more.
And I also lean more into poison scaling.
No thing of God. I care not who I deceive in the pursuit of my goal. The syndicate is full.
What are you doing in research, my guy? I should have imprisoned you, bro. The prison is full. The fun fact, if I actually swap out of going crit, then I can actually use something other than the weapon I have. I can then go on Holy Might as my next, as my last ascendancy, and I can then go. I can remove the sword, this one, and then go like MV amulet. So I don't want to go do that though. You know what? I just got an idea that I want to play around with. We're going to open up the Twitch VODs and we're going to actually examine. Is there a reason I've been getting like a lot of ultimatum lately? Do I have it spec'd where it shouldn't be spec'd? Wrong tree. I don't have ultimatum spec'd. Anyways, where's Twitch? Oh jeez. Creator dashboard where I'm hot. Let me turn on this fan real quick. But while I'm doing that, I'm gonna be opening what I want to open. We're gonna look at today's stream, which it might be loopy, but yeah, we can see today's stream. Yeah, this. Let's take the speed down a bit to 0.25. Take it forward, take it forward. I'm kind of just checking out the AoE. I want to see once they start volleying. Because their volleys, right? This is their spray attack, I think. Their volleys are not that spread. But this is what the AoE looks like. This area right here. Now, if I were to give the let's see this. Increased AoE support to replace, let's say, Unbound Ailment, and then I went Spell Echo. Make sure there were even more projectiles being shot. Let's see what that's gonna look like. This is 45% increased AoE. We also can go the last whatchamacallit that we were on. I don't want to switch from Bone Offering, or pushing at least until I get to the point where I have my Enduring Cry going. So it looks like there's a whole lot more hit area, which is what I would expect. The question is, does it matter that there's a whole lot more? That is a real question. Because we're not using GMP Greater Volley. I wish we could. So we technically can. If we want to go poison, we can go GMP Greater Volley.
Now this domain is its own. Head on. It awoke with the gift.
Start running.
But it was a lord. Why is it doing this to it?
The think that's the only thing of value in here. Yeah, oh, only thing of value. Let's do something stupid. Thank you very much. So, sorry. What is the stupid thing we're about to do? You may be wondering. Well, we're about to go poison scaling with GMP volley and increase AoE. Basically, so we have spell echo, we have increased AoE, this. And let's run an actual map. Let me get my rejects again. See, like I can't run any of these. These are all the 8 mods I have dropped. Why can't I run this one? Because it has reduced chance to block, I think. I think I'm gonna have to be less picky. Just a thought. I'm gonna run this one, even though it reduces my block. It is what it is. Crits. I cannot yet. This is reduced extra damage from crits. Reduce effect of auras, I think. No, it's minus auras. Minus auras will 100%. Can we? This has chain and this has block. So we're going to do this dumb shit on an 8 mod map. I'm quite surprised we haven't dropped a tier 17 yet, but am I really? Am I really? I don't know. I don't think so. I am bleeding and ignited. Those are some big purple vomit right there. This is probably not the best map to do what I'm trying to do, which is big AoE, you know, big poison, big clear. Probably not the best map, I'm gonna be real. Simply because of its thin corridors. Ooh.
The cage beckons. I don't care for material things, but perhaps you do. You are
Sora also died pretty quick to show like how nice this is for single targets. This isn't bad, to be honest. Like I don't think like everything is melting in front of me. Everything. Including the syndicate members.
Not back to the bend.
Now, you're not gonna see shit.
Oh no! Oh no! Stop locking me up!
Oh look, purple stone. Not bad. Yeah, the movement speed. Oh boy, this is quite nuts, don't you think? This is kind of nuts. And keep in mind, we didn't have malevolence on us. Why don't we have malevolence? We forgot to switch it out. We still have precision. So let's switch into malevolence and come back in. Gems. I thought I still had everything here, but apparently I did not. Malevolence. I have two malevolences. One has 10% quality, the other just doesn't have. So let's go with the 10% quality as the one we're gonna be leveling up from here on. And offering wise, flesh offering is clearly the best for DPS at least. But I don't have any. I might actually. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Iliax give me a good flesh offering. So let's do that. Chongo, thank you for the lurk. How you doing?
When I'm ready and not before. Everything dies.
The bargainer. Let steel taste blood. More deals, exile. That thing.
It listens. It is always listening.
Traitorous. I prefer not to rely overmuch on the...
A truce. For now.
Why is my character stopping to cast this every moment? Like,
Rocks. Just for me.
the funny thing is, we can replace AoE with a damage gem doing this. Like, what's a good damage gem? What's a good damage gem here? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Void manipulation is a decent one that can go in that spot, but void manip is green. Maybe we'll try it. We could try it actually. Where can we find a Spectre? Which Spectre do you wanna know where to find? Where on earth? Are we done with the map? Oh, the map is done. I don't. When did we fight the boss? So what I can do is what I initially set out. Oh wait. I can just do that. Now gems, void, jump this. I have awakened swift affliction that I could use, but I don't want to. I'd rather do void manip. The question is this going to be a net DPS gain or loss? Because I feel like this might lead to less overlap.
This you found me at last.
That is the downside.
I too am resourceful. Witness. More so. Give in, Journey. No. Feel death grip. Darkness walls. My family, please, no. There's nothing that makes me feel so.
Can we like? Can we? Bro, what is this? What is happening here?
We can't let her escape.
My minions just didn't want to fight, and it's funny because I've noticed this multiple times in like different situations where it's like you just don't want to do shit. Like the AoE is a lot less now without increased AoE, and I think it is noticeable. So we're gonna do a phase with Void Manipulation, and then we're gonna do a phase with increased AoE. And we're gonna see if we see a noticeable difference. If we do not, see a noticeable difference, then we might opt for the increased AoE just because I know it's gonna give more overlaps. 3 airdrops. Which Spectre are you referring to? The one I'm currently using? So this is Void Manipulation. It took a few seconds. Let's see who spawns here. Oh, it's Hillock. Hillock is dead. I'm hoping this fight will illuminate quite a bit. Okay. Kind of have an idea. Now let's do increase AoE. Please don't die. Please don't die. Thank you.
You're no immortal. You're a thief. Nothing more. Without you, Jonas, the Syndicate would never.
I think I see a net DPS increase.
Will not be missed. Your soul burns for me.
Can't see shit. I cannot see shit.
We must persevere. You were a potent soldier, Canary. But
Like, you think you're gonna see the ground with this? Nah,
for
G.
your service, I give you what you never gave your victims. A quick death. Your soul burns for me. Your hopeless cause will destroy you. My cause? Your ancestors are waiting for you, Hattie, but you will not see them. For this, I am sorry, old friend. Your soul burns for me. Give your soul to me. Stop! You can
It almost felt like the ramp was a bit on the slower side in this last phase compared to like the other phases.
shut up!
Oh god. Why is it so constant getting veiled orbs, if I may ask? Like, if it's this bad getting veiled orbs in tier 16s, I can imagine what the veiled orb drop rate looks like in tier 13s. Not 13s, 7s. Yellow maps. Or white maps. Barf. Can't even imagine. June is basically almost a waste of time in lower tiers, is what it means. So, like, as a league starter, nope. She is no longer a league start strategy. Yo, I still haven't been able to get this chick in research in the past like 2 Junes, I think. Then we no, Gravicious is just the last one. I couldn't get him in intervention. This is Gravicious. Swap a divination card, yeah. Do we care to swap? We're good. Div incomplete. I assume this is cheap, right? Yeah, it's 1C. I mean, lose 1C, gain 2C? Stonks. I don't know what to tell you. Big stonks. It definitely was doing important. You are nothing. Oh. Period descent. I don't know who that was. It's like Janus, most likely. Janus. 13. Dump everything else. It's funny because, like I said, I didn't want to run 8 mod maps, but the moment I run an 8 mod map versus a regular map, like I ran like 5 regular maps, I didn't get any tier 17s. I run 1 8 mod map, boom. So I think I just have to be a lot less strict with my filter. I have to be okay with dying if I'm going to run 8 mods, just so I don't end up. I'd rather just take a hit to my defenses, I guess, than a hit to my offenses. There we go. Dead. We can't afford to keep dying, so I'm gonna play this map a bit safe once, because we've died. We're not going to we're not gonna risk our necks anymore. Nah, I don't want to give them chaos res.
Oh, Exile. Care for a scrap?
No, I do not care for one.
I never back down from a fight.
Maybe warrior, but not enough.
Death's the only option.
Let's just put jargon in here.
Really Exile, you're taking all.
I expect you will come at us with.
Now let's test this again. Switch, increase AoE, void manipulation, and let's see if it's makes a sizable difference. Thank you for the divine. I appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot.
I serve a new god now. Hex. Secure the cargo.
God.
And make sure that.
I got jumped on by a spider. I don't know if that was the final boss or not. I don't think it was. But then again, I don't know what the final boss of Toxic Sewers is, so it very well could have been.
You brute.
God, we're about to lose all the XP we tried to get. Alright. We take it slow. We're also gonna switch to Bone Offering. No, wrong one. It's here. Who cares about Flesh Offering? What? What move is killing me? Is that the Weaver? Is this actually not projectiles? Impale. I see a 69%. 69% less chance to block. Oh, it's 2 unique spiders. Bro, can you fight? Like, it's that move that's killing me.
You are clearly
A truce. When I'm ready, and not before.
Yeah, I guess that was the final boss. Map is complete now. Okay, let's play it slow. What am I looking at? Why is this gold? Is it a channel? It is a channel. Why am I? Felt like I was lagging a bit. Oh wait, I'm outside June. You know, I'm just now realizing this is actually not the start of the map, but rather where June was. Research to be specific. So in this map, I cannot block. That's something I need to know. Or I need to acknowledge, I should say.
It'll just make things worse.
How? You are weak.
Ancestors, forgive me.
Just do it.
You honor
Yeah,
I
get.
choose.
Absolute. Your mic. Great. Can we hurry?
So we're done with June. Woo-hoo-hoo! I thought this was where they were. I'm dumb. I thought they were still further in. All right. So that is the poison and that is void manipulation. I do think AoE kind of feels better than void manipulation. You know what we can do? How can we stop chaos damage from being applied? Brutality stops elemental. Elemental focus, I think, would stop chaos. Cannot inflict elements. Deal more LE damage. Cannot inflict elemental ailments. Yes, I think there's one that says chaos. Brutality deal no elemental or chaos damage. That's the one we need. I would like to do this. Do this. 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 And then I want to remove this, but I'll lose a minion if I do. But I won't. Never mind. Yeah, I'm good. What I want to do is I want to actually see the increase in AoE. Where's trade? I want to see the actual increase in AoE between non increase AoE and increase AoE. This I think is increase AoE. That AoE is big. If it's this the after effect that we have to trust. Wait a second, one of their skills does not scale off of AoE is what it looks like. Then if we remove AoE. No, it's just big AoE. Wait, what? There's one that has really big AoE, even without increased AoE. That can't be right. Let's load back into the map. I wonder if it's snapshots. Because there's no reason for that AoE to still be that big. This is the spray. This is the one that has a smaller AoE. Oh shit. Okay. Same thing. And if I slap this in there. Oh wait. Honestly, it might still be higher, to be honest. It looks like it could still be higher. How are they dying? Okay, I think the AoE does increase. Nah, this is too. It's too similar, I think, for a level. What is this? Level 17 AoE gem. Oh, I think I know what's going on here. I have some added fizz. That's what's happening. I want to pull them. Let's center the camera, shall we? In reality, the easiest way to test this is actually just remove some of the minions. But it makes me want to check though. I will check. I don't think this highlight is going to have my POEDB. I don't think it's going to have the point in the stream where we're currently at, so I can't check it yet. But we can do increase AoE. No, necrotic bones. There we go. They both have the area tag, so they should scale off of AoE, especially being mortars. Both of them, right? This one obviously still has a 20% more AoE. This is reason enough to where I believe if I were to put in 45% increased AoE, it should be noticeable in theory. In theory, it should be noticeable. So what we're going to do instead is we are actually going to go to our hideouts. We're gonna take this off. Then we are going to raise one. This is the easiest way to actually see, because the other way I wasn't seen clearly enough. We're gonna start off with just the AoE. We're going to try to bait one of them. Yeah. Then if I were to slap this on, oh god, molten shell is killing them. This kind of looks like it's a notable increase. Let's take it off and let's watch it again. Yeah. So we're seeing that, then we're going to do this. Oi! Yeah, I think I see an increase. Let's take this off and let's leech a bit. Yeah, that's enough. What's still alive? This is without, I think. Yeah, it's without. Yeah, like here, it is like half of... You're gonna die now, aren't you? So we increase AoE. It's like half of the... It like almost covers this in diameter, right? But when I take increase AoE off and I stand in the center... Bruh, can you aim me, please? Yeah, I can see the difference. I can see the difference. From here. Yeah, it's not nearly as big. Yeah, okay, just making sure. But in this case, if I were to put in volley here, what am I testing? Yeah, I'm testing a build. These are the necrotic bones. They are currently the spectre this character uses, but I kind of just want to see if I can notice a breakpoint with AoE to where maybe I can use GMP. Like, this definitely overlaps completely, but then does this overlap? I would say this last one might not be overlapping too well. The last one, I need to review the VOD is the thing. You know what? I actually can't review the VOD. If I use YouTube instead of Twitch, I think I can actually get it to where I currently am. Yeah, I can. Okay. Let's do this. So, before we start Inception with streams within streams, where does YouTube get to? This is we increase AoE. This one is overlapping here 100%. Sometimes I need to take it back a bit more. Okay, yeah, take it off here. This is the best one to see. This one, I think, ends like here. This one comes here. This one comes here. So there's really good overlap. There still is. Even without increased AoE. Like, look at that. Can I slow it down? A bit further. When it starts targeting the ones around me, I think that's here. Yeah, incoming. So this is the one that is at the corner here. This one, it gets like here. And let's say the boss was standing here. It would get hit by this last one, I think. It'd get hit by all 9 of them. Yeah, I think it'd get hit by all of them. Even without increased AoE. Like, I think the overlap is good enough. For maybe the smallest size bosses, it might not. But I think it's a safe bet to say this AoE that I'm looking at here. One thing I will say is that it's kind of confusing where the actual AoE is. Because this circle expands. And I'm pretty sure it's a one hit. It hits. So maybe looking at the thick purple is not the actual impact area, but the impact area is like here or something. I have to assume though, like here it goes, it doesn't get to the center, I don't think. This is much smaller. And I feel like that's more of the impact area than this one. So I just have to assume, let's assume it's the one we see here, the first impact. Here, this is the size, which is decent for AoE, to be honest. Like, this is the size here. So if it were to be here, it's gonna overlap like here, and they're all pretty tightly packed already. Okay. I think for bossing, you don't need AoE to use them properly. You don't need increased AoE. I think increased AoE is overkill. But one thing I will say is that I think having this increased AoE might be the play. Simply because this is going to be up more. You don't have to sacrifice the support gem. It gives you more damage because you have corpses around and yada yada. So this might be this might end up being the play for bosses or like pinnacle bosses. Because if we have this third, like, because what I have seen so far, increased AoE is overkill. But that does not mean it's not useful. It's just overkill. It makes it so smaller sizes would get hit by all projectiles. Smaller like enemy sizes. Do I do have these two, right? Yeah, I have greater volley GMP. This is the actual skill I care about. Yeah. I think it needs slightly more AoE to be more consistent with the overlaps, but I don't think it needs increased AoE jam. I think Void Manipulation would be a good substitute. Like, I think Void Manipulation would be better served here. Even for, well, I guess maybe not if out of the 9-ish projectiles, right? It's 9 between 4 and 5. This is 4, this is 4. Oh, 8. 8 additional, so 9. Yeah, 9 projectiles. So between the 9 projectiles it shoots, if projectiles 1 and 9 do not hit, that's still an overlap of 7 projectiles. Getting the damage buff from Void Manipulation versus going increase AoE, losing the whole 30 whatever % of from Void Manipulation, and then what do you call it? And then having those 2 extras hits. So yeah, I think increased AoE is definitely overkill. Thank you. All right, that's good to know. Now, of course, we get rid of brutality because obviously it was just there for testing purposes. Go minion damage. So, do I want to go back to the poison version or the crit? I think I just go back to my default version of the crit version. That's what we do. Unbound ailments, GMP, take it out. How does the crit version look with GMP? Probably sucks ass because of the less projectile damage. It's probably terrible. What are the links again? There's Raise Spectre, GV, Unbound Ailments, the faster casting / GMP. I'm going faster casting. Then increase crit strikes, increase crit damage. That's it. And then these two can take a breather. And then we have Zealotry go in here. And now we have to resummon. We have to resummon, don't we? Oh god. Yeah, we do. Alright. Let the summoning begin. On the bright side, they are very easy to notice. Very, very easy. Yeah, and I think that's the last one. Might as well. Nice. Alright. Arcanist brand is back in. We didn't need to swap anything else out, right? No, we did not. Okay. Okay, we're good. This can go in there. We leave this. We currently have Bone Offering in here, so, or in here. Yeah, okay, I have no issues with that. Then there's Void Manipulation. We bench. Spirit Offering is good if I'm doing easy content. I think I should get used to the damage of Bone Offering because when I'm going to be pushing harder content, that's what I'm going to be using, because I'm more defensive minded than offense. Let's recreate our I want to recreate my rejects to be less strict, because I don't think any of my 8 mod maps actually qualify, I guess is that the right word? Not qualify, but I don't think they will pass through the rejects, and that's not good. That is not something I want happening. Where's toxic sewers? There we go. Let's rule everything. Thank you. Let's copy the old rejects. And let's go roll some maps. Don't I need to like... Okay, I've already done that. Alright. By the way, if y'all plan on using these specters, I guess get used to the sound. It's bloody annoying. Like y'all can hear, right? Like the skittering. Ugh. Are they all? Oh wait, this one is not over 6. God. Is this one right? Yeah. I forgot to check if it was over 60% pack or 70% quantity. Yeah. Let's breeze through some, what do you call it? We're gonna breeze through some maps to try to get our Betrayal. Anyone else really hate the Betrayal changes? Every time I run the safe house and I don't get a veiled orb, I curse the changes. Every single time. Without fail.
When I'm ready and not before.
Is it just me or does the AoE look much smaller now? Now granted, I'm seeing a whole, because of the way it is and how their cooldowns work and how everything spaces out, I'm gonna see a whole lot of spraying, right? So I understand that much, but it also feels like the non-spray projectiles are smaller AoE. Like, look, they're gonna start volleying here. Oh wait, I should turn that on.
Ancestors, forgive me. The Syndicate does not follow the card.
Is there any tier 3? No.
You honor the way. I must confess.
What up, Cat Vestigad? Welcome, welcome.
Your body is strong.
You found out why Connor uses battle mages rebelling with soft phone. Alright. I actually asked him while he was live. Why he specifically went for battle mages cry, but I'm gonna wait until you get back.
A spot more. Wheeling and dealing.
What are these? Monsters fire 3 projectiles, reduce cooldown recovery.
I don't care who
I'm afraid.
Was that really Exile? You're taking all of this far too...
Look, and I'm getting kind of cold. All right, where were we? If there's one thing I miss from, you know, having spell echo, is I miss the projectiles being all over the place. Sometimes using faster casting makes it feel like you're just not shooting as quick. I mean, in reality, they are not, but they are using the attack that matters more frequently, and that is, in theory, more DPS. But it just feels, spell echo kind of just feels better at the same time. Maybe it's because you just don't see anything, and that can kind of make you feel like you're doing more damage than you are. Maybe that's it. I don't know. For poison though, I think, oh, this is the boss area. For poison, I think spell echo should honestly beat the other one, just because I think you might get more hits with spell echo, so more poison stacks than you would get with faster casting. I don't know what killed me there. I don't know if it's the freeze, if it's the tornado shot rogue exile, if it's probably both. My phase max hit currently is quite low, so if you're wondering why I die here and there, that's why. I have a plan to solve it. It just requires me earning currency, and currently I'm practically not earning currency unless I get a veiled orb, because of the nature of my tree and the current state of my challenges. I'm getting to the point where I will soon have enough T17s to fully complete my challenges, and once I get to that point, I can start selling all the extras. So, you know, soon enough. Now, what do we have here? Welcome back, cats. So, with the battle mage's cry, I actually asked him, one mana left on stream why he uses it, and he mentioned for leech. So he's doing it. He's essentially doing it so his cyclone does enough damage to where the mana leech is somewhat significant. Instead of relying on like the base I guess damage of cyclone without any scaling. Which makes sense. He takes Iron Will to, okay. Iron Will is which one? No, that's Iron Reflexes. Iron Will. I'll have to check. It's on the passive tree, yeah?
Time to another malcontent.
Do your work.
You will have to cut the words from my mouth.
Melee Scion area. Oh, this one? Strength damage applies to all spell damage as well. Yes. Yeah, I would take Iron Will in this case because you scale some strength because of Mjolnir, and because of Shaper's Touch you scale a bit of strength. So your strength then applies to spell damage. For Battle Mage's Cry, This would not work for Battle Mage's Cry because Battle Mage's Cry makes, I think it makes spell apply to strength, or not strength, to melee. Your spell spell applies to attacks. That's what I'm trying to say. So this would not affect it. I don't think it makes an attack a spell either. But you can get increases to spell damage applied to attacks from Battle Mage. Yes, but the impact of Iron Will to the damage of Battle Mage is not that much. Like it's decent, but Iron Will is more to really scale increase damage more for the spells. Like it has a bigger impact on the spells rather than the attacks. Now granted, it does, I think it does obviously affect both ways, to where you use Battle Mages, so Cyclone does even more damage with Iron Will. But I don't think that's, I think the primary reason for Iron Will is the, what's the skill he uses again? Ball Lightning of Orbiting / Lightning Conduits of the Heavens, something like that. No, I don't think Iron Will is a bad node. I think he's scaling strength because Shaper's Touch and Mjolnir. Mjolnir has insane strength. What Mjolnir has insane strength requirement. That's the word I'm looking for there. Okay. What is this? Reforged number of sockets, not bruh. Yeah, I'm never gonna open a portal right beside that bench anymore. So we got this amulet. What does this amulet have? T5 flat fire, that's a waste. It has ES, it has cast speed, T1 cast speed. It also has T1 fire res and T3 dexterity. If I can put mana on this, it could be decent. What else would be decent as an unveil on this specific base? I don't think life is good, because anyone scaling flat ES is probably not scaling life, most people at least. So I think the play should be mana, but mana stackers don't want this because they have intelligence. So let's see what we get. I guess it will probably end up being trash. Right, I said this. Wait, what? Oh, control. Yeah, I don't. Oh, we get something new. I guess it's not a waste. We got a new unveil.
Blessings.
Free unveil. So one thing I noticed in all my testing, right, with the necrotic bones, and I guess with minions in general, is that it is much easier to just scale poison than it is to scale the actual spells hit. Because like I think right now poison will probably outperform crit for a long while, until I get to maybe a certain level of investment. Then crit can start shining a bit more. But until that point, I think poison would be the stronger play here. You scale both. Yeah, I'm currently scaling both. But my support gems are more scaling the crits than the poison. What do I mean? It's like I have Unbound Ailments for the poison, but that's it for poison. Faster casting does both, but crit damage and crit strikes is just the crits. It's just the hit. So I am thinking I just drop crit overall. It will make my life a whole lot easier in terms of survivability. It makes my life a whole lot easier by dropping this. So if I drop crit entirely, I don't mind running Bone Offering. Then I replace Zealotry with Malevolence. I can give up this and maybe some health to get war cry, and then I have to spend on the war cry thing. But crit does not. Poison is based. I know how to scale poison and crit. Right now we're scaling. The idea of this was to scale crit as the primary damage, and then poison was an afterthought. Like poison would be extra damage, but it wasn't the main meal. Does that make sense? If I wanted to, I could scale the hits and poison very efficiently. Like I could do control destruction, I could do void manipulation, I can even do GMP GV with increased AoE. Like all of that would really scale the poison a lot. Heck, I don't think I'm settled on increased AoE. I think we can actually get away with not using increased AoE with GV and GMP, and we will still get enough overlapping with the mortars, because the base AoE is just that good, especially with the increased AoE over here. The biggest problem I'm gonna have with this in particular is I have no way of applying temporal chains, and I think temporal chains is really good. I think temporal chains is really good, but I have no way of applying it. I can't path to here. This is too far. If I drop precision, maybe I can switch from charisma to Whispers of Doom. I don't think so. Even POB wouldn't. Let me check on POB real quick. I don't think it'll work. I think I would need to drop an aura aside precision. Where's precision over here? It's in the offhand. So now we have, where's our reservation? 81. If I were to go in here and I went to my amulets, which is the Unatos. Where is it? Swords, please. Unatos. And then I anointed it with Whispers of Doom. Yeah, it's not enough. If you go bone offering, you have to drop an ascendancy though. I didn't want to, but I decided to switch my ascendancy. So now my character is currently on Mistress of Sacrifice. The reason being, it allows me to be more defensive. I'm sacrificing my offense for defense at this point, but it is what it is. The character as a whole needed an overhaul in terms of defenses, so this is just the easiest way. Other than this, my next plan is I'm going to replace my shield, because this shield is currently mirrored. So I plan on getting a non-mirrored version. And if I'm going poison, I don't need to get crit chance. So I'm going to get max auras. I'm going to get minion skill, minion damage, max life, and then for the suffixes, it's going to be increased damage, early res, and then whatever placeholder last suffix I'm gonna get, like dodge, like block chance, right? Then I'm going to get this to where it can take Call to Arms and Enduring Cry alongside Convocation. And then, other than all of this, I'm gonna drop some health nodes like this ones. I'm gonna lose max health, but it is what it is. And because I'm dropping crit now, I can do that. And what I get in return is something like this. Still the same level. If I can get this, even better. Where is it? Minimum 10 power. That's the one. So this is the ideal goal. So with this setup, I would then, Aegis plus Covenant is really strong. Aegis plus Covenant is really strong. Aegis plus Covenant is really strong. That I agree with, but the problem with that is it would involve me dropping my weapon and going for like a rare wand. Now, I don't mind going for a rare wand. I would actually prefer it. But the problem with going for a rare wand is I would then need to use unnatural strength to get unholy might. Unless I can flesh and flame it. Unless I flesh and flame it. Yeah, and then I'll probably go mind over matter. No, I understand. I understand why. Why? Because without unnatural strength and without... Why do you have to go one? The main reason I was sticking with Severed in Sleep is because of the crit multi per wither debuff on enemy. That was going to be a big crit multi, and that would allow me to scale crit even more. And of course, the other reason is wither and envy. Those are all big reasons why I had it. If I take away the crits and I take away my shield, I am now lacking minion increased damage. Like I lose 100% in my entire build. I think I only have like 500% right now. Let's just pick something. Baronite Sister is what I typically add just to see crits. Doesn't matter much. I only have 400% right now. If I lose the shield, I'm dropping 100% extra. I can't afford to drop more increased damage. So that's why I can't use Covenant right now. If I opt for a 12 passive cluster, I could potentially swap that with, you know, a Covenant setup. But then I'd have to drop something else. And I can't drop this area of the tree. I could maybe drop this area, like here. But then I lose my Paranda's Pact and I'll have to put it like here, maybe. If I put my Paranda's Pact here, I don't think it has enough coverage here. Like, I don't have this. So all it to cover is like these nodes here. Here. It doesn't reach here. So that would be a bust. I can't drop this one because this is the reason I can ignore attributes. Like, this is the least evil place to put this. So it's here. And those are the only places it can actually fit. So like it would need a massive rework essentially if I am to implement the ages. By the way, give me a second. I'll be right back. I'm back. But your max hits taken are not enough. So that is, I assume, let me just make sure, yeah, my voice is going through. All right, so to address max hits, it is low at the moment, yes. But once the rework comes in, this is not with the rework, because the rework will have something like this. Call to Arms and Enduring Cry. With Enduring Cry, I would then have this. I would have endurance charges, and the goal would be to get this, but I wouldn't have this when I just respec into it. But in any case, I'll have that. Eventually, I'm gonna get this to pick up this cluster and drop like here. Yeah, that's all I can drop actually. But I would want to pick this up essentially. Then we're gonna be going for Warcry uptime, which is Tukuhama War Color. And then we just keep doing this until we have 100% uptime. And this overall should be should be very good for my max hit overall. This one we're gonna get lightning res here because of this gem over here. It gives us more block. And we'll just keep doing that until we hit 100% uptime on our Warcry. Where is our Warcry? There we go. I think from 91% is just one more. So like this one should do it. $94. Okay. One more? Actually, it'd be like two more. Yep. Is there a reason it's two more? We have the skill effect duration from here. Unless we pick up increased duration, I guess that would also help. You want 4x that max hit. Yeah, but this is also without flask, keep in mind. And these are not all the changes I planted, but this was like the major rework. Having this, having the block, they should all feed into it. We're currently level 93. We'd have to, of course, look at my POB for ideas. Oh, nice! Congratulations. So this is kind of what I would be going for. But like this is the perfect POB with the Fizz max hits. It has 17k. The reason this one is better is, unlike my current in-game character, it actually has pure armor for gloves and greaves. It has, well, kind of similar setup to what I have now. I will probably end up dropping the Rumi's concoction for a regular masochist granite flask. I'm thinking that's what I think I'm gonna do. But this one has flasks up. We turn off our flasks. Fizz max it goes down to 11k, but 11k is not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. Then we have enduring cry 2023, call to arms 2120 or 4. You know what? This is probably why the uptime was bad. I didn't level it up. Then we have everything else: determination, leap slam, automation, molten shell. And we also are lacking a lot of tattoos. We have a lot of 6% increased armor tattoos, which we don't have in game. We haven't actually spent the money on the tattoos. We have a lot of farming to do for this character. This character is nowhere near T17 ready. The character has decent damage. You don't need Warcry stuff. What do you mean? Warcry is just free 30% PDR. Like, with the Warcry thing, I have always 3 endurance charges with no Warcry points. I agree, you don't need the Warcry points to have permanent Warcries. However, by having minimum of 10 power, you then would have, you always have your Warcries. You don't have to risk not having endurance charges. Rather, you don't have endurance charges. You don't have to risk that when you start a map, because whenever it pops, it will give you some endurance charges. B, by having this wheel and by having 100% uptime, we're not looking for 100% uptime on the charges. We are looking at 100% uptime of the buff. The buff of Enduring Cry is it gives you 2% additional PDR per endurance charge and 2% all res per endurance charge. So by having the buff up, with 4 endurance charges, I would effectively have 24% PDR instead of 16%. That's a lot of flat PDR to just gain. So that's why the endurance charge and the Warcry points are there. If that makes sense. Now, if I'm going to remove crits from this, which I think is where I am leaning to. Oh yeah, I'm just making sure that it's showing POB. Then I can honestly drop Vicious Bites on the cluster. And if I'm dropping Vicious Bite on the cluster, then I can just create a 35 irregular minion damage, 35% effect, 3% attack speed, 12 passives, and here I just put anything really. We can go Chaos Res. We can do Chaos Res. And then we spend the extra, we can spend some of the extra points we got going for like this cluster. And this is pretty good because it scales our health by quite a bit, and it also scales our offenses, because now if we get this cluster, why is our cold res on the lower side? Where did we lose cold res points from? I removed cold res from here. Oh, I see. So we do need cold res somewhere. I removed cold res from here, but it's really no big deal. I don't want to rework the gear, that's it. Because I'm already capped on that. I don't want to rework the gear, so I'll leave cold res in there. But anyways, with this setup, I would have 500% increased minion damage, which is really nice for the damage aspect, as well as, well, what do you call it? A lot of life. So I think this is more closer. This is better in terms of what I want to do. Actually, on second thought, let's do this. Let's make it 11 points. 11 passive skill tree, and then let's do this. The reason we want to do this, I just realized, is I actually stopped this. Bruh, not that one. So that one. This is the reason. This increases our phase max it to close to 13k. And with this, we kind of have a decent tree. You mentioned I have inefficient points. I really don't. Like, I've thought about it. There's nowhere that's actually inefficient. Like, this is the only area that's like up for debate. Here is necessary. I could maybe path here, cut here out, but we need this and we need this. This wheel is important. If we drop this area, we're going to have to pick up an impossible escape to pick up these points, but then we lose the defense mastery. If I don't put the mastery here, it can go in here, but then I need access to like another gem socket, and I don't have any expendable gem sockets to put that impossible escape. Maybe here, but then I'm also then using points to get to that second one. Then it's going all the way to Sion and so on. You lose so much. Like what? We need this one for necrotic bones. Like, this is non-negotiable. If you don't have this, your necrotic bones will die. They are not tanky. You need them to have block cap and to recover when they block, as well as leech. But I'm getting leech from Jewel, so I don't need the leech mastery. So without this, your necrotic bones will die. The reason we don't scale this one is because their health is not that high. So by scaling their health even more, it's not bad, but they will die. Versus block that would just prevent the damage altogether. So this block coming here, getting the Piranda's Pact for extra life, and then picking up here, like maybe we can maybe drop these, but then the Piranda's Pact becomes useless, and then we just drop it all together. Like, if we don't take this, we have to drop everything here all together, and then we have to go find a different spot for the mana mastery, which, by the way, I think is necessary. Oh, it's not that necessary. Okay. If it's not that necessary, I can remove it. And if I can remove it, then we can do this, I guess. But like at this point, the Piranha's Pact is questionable because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 nodes. And there's no way I can swap it out for. But that whole Templar spot isn't needed. I assume you're only there for suppression. This isn't suppression. This is spell block. This is the reason why I 65% spell block. That's why we're here. We're getting block and we're getting extra spell block. And that's why we also go lightning rest for extra spell block. So we end up at 65%, 62%. If we drop this wheel, we lose res, we lose block. Like if we don't get this wheel, we might as well not scale block. It's kind of that bad. And we do like the Warcry wheel. So you are going block without bone offering? In the POB, we actually do have bone offering. In the POB, we've already switched from spirit offering, which is why we went to this to increase skill effect duration for war cries. We're also increasing the duration of feeding frenzy and temporary specters, and we also swapped to bone offering. So this is bone offering. This is the reason we are that high. We are not using Tempest Shield. I get 74.6 with only mana reservation and spell block mastery. Remember, this area is gone. I don't use Tempest Shield. I do not have the mana space for Tempest Shield because remember, we are kind of capped on auras. We have Zealotry, or I guess we're going to go to Malevolence. We can, unless we're dropping Malevolence for Tempest Shield. Which I don't know if I would want to do that. Then let's switch. We're leaving crit alone, so Unbound Ailments. I think here I would want to go GMP. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can get one more link. Void Manipulation. Yeah, we'll do that. Envy takes a lot out. Yeah. So we already have we have an Enlighten 4 in our main weapon to even have this reservation possible. So there's an Enlighten 4, there's Malevolence, and then there's Generosity. You probably want to get 21, but and then there's Generosity to buff these two. So in terms of auras, this is the only aura that we can't drop Determination. Unless we want to, we just can't. I don't think we can. And then other than this, that's literally all our auras. And with this, we're still spec'd into Charisma Anoint. So if I really wanted to fit that in, whereas Tempest Shield, I would have to do some extra work. And I really can't drop this if I want to cap attack block, because without this, I don't get this attack block chance, attack block chance, attack block chance. Maybe I cap spell block with Tempest Shield and I drop this, but I will still need attack block from somewhere. That then makes me want to go Red Nightmare for this one to cap attack block. Because here is all spell block, this is all spell block. We don't get attack block anywhere else except here. You can get Malevolence with alls. Yeah, but then I lose an entire support link if I use alls. I'm currently using Una Tolls, remember? Is there a way to see your DPS? Not accurately. I can sort of do something inaccurately if you guys want to. I could do something a bit inaccurate. I guess let's do that. It's probably gonna be very, very, very inaccurate, but this is. We're gonna have to turn this off. And we're gonna have to probably close PoE. Why? Because I need to see my desktop. But anyways, let's do window capture and let's just put something on the screen. Have this show up there. Oh, I can't have it minimized. Move this to the side monitor then. Okay. PoEDB, let's get Spectre Lua. Where's POB again? I've forgotten where POB is. But basically what I'm doing now is I want to import it to my POB's Lua file and see if I can get something going. It's probably not going to be accurate. I say it again, but it could give us an idea of like increases / decreases in DPS at the very least. Open file location. Where is it? Open location. Then the first one is where? It is data spectre.lua. Okay, and then the other one is skills spectre.lua. All right, let's move this to the second monitor so we can actually copy and paste properly. Copy this. Let's go to the bottom of the specters. If you guys want to see what that looks like, I guess I can do this. Then, like I said, again, it's not going to be accurate. Necrotic bones. Then this saves. Then for the skills, we're going to have to copy all of these skills and paste that at the bottom. Where is the last skill? It's here. So we now have Canon Chaos Mortar, this. Start interpolation is already there. Huh. Okay. Costs, let's just do 0, comma. And I think this too. Those are the two skills we added. Start interpolation is already there for them. Save. Let's hope it works. So we close POB and we reopen POB. Let's hope we don't get any errors. Good, we didn't actually get any errors. All right, so remove this necrotic bones. So basically the TLDR of is necrotic bones or Tahoa Shaman better? So what I feel from it is necrotic bones have better clear, but Tahoa Shaman in general should have better single target. So if I do include DPS, we have full poison DPS of this. This is the second skill. We have a 1 million DPS with 8 specters. If we're doing overlaps with GMP GV, we're going to have to multiply this by 9. So 8 times 9. Why my brain doesn't want to math right now, but I know it's somewhere around like 72, I think. So poison DPS, if this is accurate, which it probably isn't, it's going to be like 9 million with this setup. So what did you want me to check with this with this import stuff? By the way, let me close this. It did work, so save. And if you're wondering what I pasted into those files, it's the Lua from here. You use the Lua, paste it into the Spectre. Do I still have the folder here? Yeah, just go into POBs. You go into POB's directory and then go into data. This Spectre Lua file, you post it at the end of it. This is for the actual Spectre, so the one that says necrotic bones, the first one that specifies data. And then when you need to add the skill that is linked to them, you go into skills, and then there's another Spectre Lua. You then paste everything else in. So that's kind of the brief TLDR. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. One thing I noticed with PoEDB is this stat interpolation is typically blank, and when it is blank, you know, I have no idea how to get it. And this affects DPS. So I think this one might be on the more accurate side, honestly, than on the not accurate side. So, you know, at the very least, we have that going for us. This one, I'm hoping, this first one, I'm hoping the DPS is low because it takes into account the fact that it has cooldowns. Does it show cooldown anywhere? Cast time 0.9. By the way, the life 43k, not bad. We actually scaled the life a bit. It doesn't show that it has a cooldown. Oh wait. Pass per second 2.75. Yeah, this is definitely the one that has a cooldown. It doesn't show that. Maybe that's part of the cost. I don't know. So this is purely off of just numbers. This doesn't include cooldown delaying its DPS. All right. But in any case, this is the one we want to have. If we were to switch from spell echo to faster casting, another thing, when it comes to spell echo and faster casting, even if this was accurate, this wouldn't be accurate. Why is that? Because when you have spell echo, your minions are going to end up casting this mortar less times, which is a stronger mortar, by the way. The second skill is the one we want. That mortar, they would end up casting it less because they would have to echo the first one, and the first one has a cast time of 3 seconds. So even with everything, it would take 1.5 seconds as of when I calculated with my in-game character stats to get through with the. It would take 2 seconds rather to get through with the double spray attack, and then they have like 4 seconds left to use their mortars until that shit comes off cooldown and they use it again. Whereas with faster casting, they spend 1.5 seconds casting the spray, and then they spend the remaining 4.5 seconds casting the mortar, which we want. But because of the increased cast speed, you know, it then ends up being like, as of when I calculated, with faster casting, I get 7 mortar hits before the cooldown resets of the other one, while with spell echo I get 6. So that's why I'm leaning more towards faster casting. But I will say spell echo I think spell echo clears better, just because the spray is really good for clear. It's not as good for single targets, but it's really good for clear. And for poison, I think spell echo might be better simply just because it's more hits. It's just a lot of hits from a lot of different minions, essentially. Anyways, so is there something you wanted us to compare? Also, let me see if I can see the area of effects. No, I cannot. $35% less. There we go. I was like 25% less, should be 20%. That explains the discrepancy. I didn't know you had a less modifier. Well, speaking of which, by the way, let's open PoE again. My background is so quiet that like I'm not used to it being that quiet. Like I'm used to having either the waterfall going or the minions just chittering in the background, even though I hate that sound, but it's just white noise, right? Okay, so yeah, let's see how this looks if you use my setup for Chaos Golem, but with Spectre and whatever changes you want to make. Okay, what's your setup for Chaos Golem? I don't know if YouTube will let you send the link though. YouTube live allowing links. No, that isn't what I'm looking for here. YouTube live. Can I see external new link important corp spam? Yeah, I don't know if I can make it, but you can just yank my POV from recent video. All right, let me just do that real quick. Cat be Jad. This one? All right, let's do it. So Chaos Golem, this is how you have it set up. 17 mil DPS, that's pretty good. I've not considered the Templar strategy normally. I really want double clusters, but I didn't consider maybe the block passive could replace renewal. Yeah, the block passive definitely helps. If I had to make changes from here, it would be rough. Renewal, fixing things. Oh, you went double renewal. That's new. What is your mobility skill? Because I'm sure you have a mobility skill. Flame dash. Do you use shield charge or anything of the sort? You have phase run. Yeah, phase run. Yeah, I think with phase run and flame. One thing I heard that actually could be of benefits. This gives leech, this gives leech, so you don't really need minion leech. Where's your minion defensive? You go for minion max res. You don't go for minion, you don't go for minion, what's the name of that thing? Convocation CDR? Did you go steroids on your minion movement speed again? Where is it? Let's use raise zombie. Where's your minion movement speed? Move speed should be somewhere in this vicinity. Am I blind? There we go. Yeah, you did. 2.09 with Dread March. And then the helmet giving you have. Your helmet is giving you minion move speed. What helmet is this? Hold res, stun and block, minion max life, and then level of all minion skill gems. Lightning res and 8% phase taken as. Oh yeah, it's rare. So you have Eldritch. All right, okay, so it's Eldritch. I was like, what craft is this? I was mind blown. I was like, yo, I've never seen this. So so you want me to set this up with Spectres, right? So that would be. Did you say Chaos Golem? Okay, a Carrion Golem. So am I replacing Carrion Golems or zombies? Yes, y'all can see this, right? I get very paranoid when I don't see my OBS for a while. I'm like, can you guys like actually see POB, or are you looking at POE? Because I've had moments like that where I just leave POE up and I forget to share the screen. EH please / DPS comparisons. Okay. In this case, we're just going to slap on erase Spectre here so we can turn off something else or turn it back on. Raise Spectre. Let's do. You're only going to have 4 of them. You don't have Spectre chest, right? No, no Spectre chest. All right, so yeah, 4 of them. This, they are going to be. Let's turn maybe this one off. Raise Spectre. We're going to put necrotic bones. Oh wait. No, not my POB like your build, but my tree and so on. Like you want me to look, like you want me to compare both of them? Like put them side by side and make and like, what do you mean? Like, do you want me to change your POB or my POB, or do you want me to like use yours as inspiration? I think you're saying the latter, but I could be wrong. Oh lord, I forgot to switch my YouTube playback feedback to normal. Okay, if I'm going to use yours as inspiration, I guess we can have them side by side, but I'm going to still have to have my chat open so I can see messages. So for your tree, to start off, you're using a lot of cluster jewels. I like cluster jewels, but with necrotic bones, I would have to go for this one. In terms of jewels, oh, you went adorned. Yeah, you went adorned. You go for spell suppression. You go for block. You got up to here for reduced crits, some life. You go for mind over matter and eldritch battery. Do you go for phase as chaos? Have you considered divine shield? Could be another source of ES, just so your ES doesn't never gets to the point where you can't cast anything you want to cast. Your max is 17k, which is pretty good. So if I had to, the first thing I'd have to do looking at these POBs, I would have to incorporate this wheel. Now there's a few ways to do that. I could just yoink and take the points out from somewhere else. So I see why you're taking this. This is because of you have to cap all your resistances. Oh, your 80 auras. Are you using melding? No, you just... How did you get 80 auras? Did you go triple purity? Or flasks? Okay, it's flasks. 1, 2... And basalt granites. Alright, okay, so that's where the 80 auras is coming from. Cold res is coming from the shield. Yeah, I don't need it. Look at ages. When I want to take that wheel, I drop the crit stuff. So if you want to take which wheel, this wheel, you drop here, is what you're saying. Like that one. Yes, that balances out, but then you lose phase max it by losing the phase conversion. So if you have this, you also have way more. Oh yeah, you mentioned you don't like using convocation, so I don't think you have convocation, right? Or you don't, at least you don't have convocation mastery. You also went for this, which is spicy considering this gives you attack speed and easier to cap res. So if I drop this, what would I be losing? How many auras do I have? I have envy. I have malevolence. I have, what's the third aura? Aura number 3 is determination. Those are my 3 auras. I'm no longer using precision, so precision is not there. You don't drop that. You are chaos with a sword. Yes, if I keep the sword. But again, I'm still playing around with the idea of going the wand, because you have increased damage. You have 300, which is not the highest, but also not the worst either. You get a lot of stats and res from the tree. Do you take this for the stats, right? And physical minions converted to chaos. Yeah, we unholy might. No, I get that. Leech shade. Isn't leech shade very bad for poison? Assuming it's being applied to you constantly. Because I feel like it will mess with this one a whole lot more than if it was off. This is why I go Adorn. Yes, Caspiro reduces my ES by quite a bit. No, I'm Sunfall whereas I don't notice poisons. I have so much leech. Alright. So what is leech shade countering? Oh, for Uber Elder. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. For Uber Elder, when you have to deal with Shaper Beam, 100% I get it. Leech shade was on, but also leech shade needed because EB mind over matter. Wouldn't you want dots to last a shorter amount of time with this so it can start recharging quicker? Like this is if it's taken in the last second. Like so you only have like 1 second to stop the dot from applying, and if it doesn't stop in that second, it's all downside from there. It feels better. I mean, with Burning Ground, what are you going for your... Oh, you went with Slaughter? I always forget there's reduced life regen here, to be honest. Like, it's always something that slips my mind. But why are you going life charge or life flask charges? You use life flasks? How come? I don't think you need a life flask, to be honest. With as much leech as we get, wouldn't this just be better for Aberrath so you don't have to worry about Burning Ground? Oh yeah, this is for your Uber Elder, right? This I can assume that this POB is for Uber Elder. You don't always leech, no aggressive one yet. Okay. I still don't think you need it even if you're not always leeching, because the moment you take damage, so long as something hits, you start leeching. You might not like go instantly back to full health or anything. Do you have any other source of corrupted blood immunity? Because if not, I guess that would be the biggest reason why I would keep the life flask. I do T17 on Ubers and so on. I just like it. I also do T17 with 8+8 mobs, so they have life regen. I hate life regen. Hello, Reliable. Welcome. How you doing? Playing without life flask in T17 is suicide. Thank you for the follow, Reliable. I appreciate it. Playing without life flask in T17 is suicide. If you can't hit the boss, yes, it is. I'm good. I'm good. Okay. Anyways, the life flask is like the least of our worries right now. So this would be here. And you went adorned to make up for the increased damage. You have so much renewal. Why do you have so much renewal? Like, I can understand this 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, and 5, 6. 6% life regen. Six percent life regen. That is insane. Oh, you have AG. Okay. I can kind of understand. But even then, well, I guess AG can't leech is the biggest thing. What's your AG setup? Do you have it here? Osprey's Will. You can apply an additional curse. Your hexes can affect hexproof. Always poison on hit against cursed enemies. And then a bunch of chaos rares. Ooh. Do you get curse? Do you get crit immunity? I'm guessing this is flat chaos. This can actually just be flat. Okay, no, there's no color for flat phase. You have your AG applying 2 curses. Asenat applies, what is it again? Enfeeble? Or what is it? Blind. No, temporal chains. So AG basically takes care of temporal chains and despair, and you don't have to curse. Do you curse? Do you use a mark? I assume you use a mark. Do you use a mark? Oh, you use punishment. Okay. Okay. Do you have punishment in here? 4 additional curses. How? There's the 1 here. There's the 2. And I guess blind is not a curse. So this is 2. You have punishments. Do you have... Where is this? Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Where were we? Uh, what did I missing? The config cursor is so it always has curse limit. I don't apply that. Oh, okay. So you currently use 3 cursors. It's just so I can mess with POB and not have issues. No, I get it. I can understand that. I always just use the amount I have just so I don't forget it in. But that's mostly because I also post guides and stuff, and I don't want to forget I have something. That's unnatural instinct. So you have everything in this area without selecting it. Why do you need that? You get flask charges gained, which is good. At least for bossing, you get some increased minion damage. You gain some maximum life and mana regen, and then you gain 1 intelligence node. But I guess you would gain this one too if I hadn't selected it. I mess around with your POB if I can get it. We'll see if there's any tech I could copy. Sure, I could send the link. Generate, share, copy. There you go. That's the POB. So let me see. So first things first, we now have the block nodes, which are mandatory for the Spectres. I'm on YouTube. I sent it on YouTube. Do you not see it? All right. Just confirming, because I sent it before you sent that message. I'm like, did it not go through? Anyways, so this is the mandatory node for necrotic bones. We also need minion AoE, so we 100% need a second minion damage source. The easiest to get would probably be here, but this is because I like going for a spiritual command, because I go for stuff like leaf slam. If I was going frost blink slash phase run, I wouldn't bother, but we need a second source. So odds are the easiest way to go from there is to actually just drop a cluster. If I drop a cluster, I think I can fit. Nah, I still need like 1 more point. I don't want to drop any attributes. Do you mean this wheel? Spectre wheel. I mean, this is the easiest one. Or what do you mean? Oh, are you? Oh wait, I think I understand it now. You're replying to me saying spiritual command. Yeah, I was gonna go for this one. Drop the golem jewel. Golem jewel. Where is the golem jewel? This one? The moment, see, one thing is the moment I decide to go the tech I have here, which is this elegant hubris, I lose block. You lose block chance. So if I drop this, you're gonna lose life and you're gonna lose a golem. So like life literally just went from 4.1k to 3.9k. On the caveat is I don't need this one, so then I can just pick up this one, and that would cover that up. You can take pain attunement. Yeah, you can. I just wouldn't go for pain attunement here. Let me think. If you go straight here, you can save 1, 2, 3 many points, but we want this one if we can. You're scaling your ES, which is why you come this way, which I do not mind. ES max life, leech shade, yada yada. Come up here, get leech, all of that. Yeah, I think we can. Keep in mind, it's going to overwrite this one, but I guess this is of not much consequence. Alternatively, well, Unending Hunger is going to take this one most likely. So without this one, we're going to lose life. And the flip side is I can put it here. No, we're using Mind Over Matter. Never mind. I forgot we're using that. So I guess this would be the weakest link. Change Immutable Force. I should have a Legion Jewel saved. Okay. Timeless Jewel. Ostentation. All right. So oh, this is damage too. All right, perfect. So Immutable Force is gone. This is all good. What else do I think is mandatory? Supreme Ostentation. We no longer need all these nodes. We no longer need them. Any node that's strictly for stats, we don't need. Here, I'm not going to change this strictly because, well, I'm going to imagine what its face was here. Do we have attack? Where is it? It's not here. Unending Hunger. We max A with AoE. So that is going to replace the Unnatural Instinct. And then, of course, we can fit in tattoos here. More tattoos than we currently have. A lot more. In the way of PDR, where is the bulk of our PDR coming from? What does our armor look like? 6k armor. So most of our PDR is coming from conversion. We convert phase to fire. This obviously can't exist alongside Wraith Lord. So this actually is what, 15% phase as, which is big. So once we remove this, phase PDR drops hard. If we drop this to a Wraith Lord, PDR goes. Let's put Wraith Lord in here. Yeah. The thing is, a lot of your PDR is coming from like your current gear specific to your current build. Taste of Hate if you're dropping Life Flask. Yeah, most likely. Taste of Hate is basically mandatory for the way I'm building the character. If we drop this, we don't have much armor to begin with. Do we run Determination? What auras do we have? That should be a question I should have asked a long time ago. So we have Purity of Elements, so minions are ailment immune. We have Determination. We have Precision for some crits. You're not going poison, right? Yeah, you're not full scaling into poison. So Precision for crits. Is there anything else in the way of mana? We have Tempest Shield. And I think that's the last one. Then Divine Blessing Haste. Divine Blessing is another thing I could fit. Oh, Precision for accuracy. Okay. Divine Blessing is something I was thinking of fitting. But the problem with fitting Divine Blessing currently is that if I were to fit it in this, and I was thinking if Divine Blessing Grace / Haste, so I could actually swap in and out depending on the content that I was running. The problem with that is that it takes up the spots of Enduring Cry Call to Arms, or I should take Enduring Cry Call to Arms takes that spot, basically. So if I were to do it, I would have to switch determination and leap slam into like maybe one of them would go into my weapon or something. The other goes somewhere else or something. But then I'd have to lose like generosity on my auras, which I don't think is worth it. I do not think it's worth losing generosity on my malevolence and envy. If you can fit haste, it wins. Movement speed, good. Remember, what you have for movement speed, I have for convocation. So like, I'm always convocating, so I'm not too bothered about haste. You need movement speed more because you're dealing with melee minions. I'm dealing with range minions that like. This is how it looks like. Let me just open the game real quick. This is how it looks like. When they start attacking, they stop moving. Oh yeah, my movement speed is always good. Like they just stop moving. So convocation for them actually should be king, I think. For my movement speed, 100% it's So what you're saying is I would give up generosity and envy, which is flat added chaos and dot effects, or dot, I guess dot multi, I think. Yeah, I think it's dot multi. I'll give those up to get movement speed for myself as well as cast speed for my minions. But I don't think this is let me see. What would that look like? I'm not gonna save it, but if I were to do it, what I would do is something along. I would get rid of this, replace it with leap slam. I can't get rid of this. If I could get rid of enlighten, sure, but I cannot. If I were to drop enlighten and I am to pick up this, oh, it balances out. I mean, I'm a point over and I can trim it somehow. I can probably trim it from here or something, but I would then drop enlighten and I would drop generosity. And instead, this area would have leap slam determination. Because there's no generosity, I don't have to worry about determination. I don't go envy sword because it's less DPS and it's also big reservation and haste is just better. Envy sword on your build going you're not going poison, you're going on hits with poison as an extra damage, right? Envy sword on your build having, how many minions do you have total? This is your build, amulet, all surprising. You have malevolence, has no reservation. And I think you already said this, but if you were to, envy would be your go-to for here. Why is this negative? What did I activate that I shouldn't have? What on earth did I activate? Also, by the way, have you tested out Divine Blessing plus automation? Does it work? I'm kind of hoping it does. Because this is the weapon, right? It has 1, 2, 3. Then in the glove that currently, in the boots that currently have these two, we instead go haste. Divine Blessing. Turn off Vow Haste, we end up net neutral, I think. Because if I deactivate this, turn this back on. Something's wrong here. This. Turn off divine blessing. There we go. 13.09. So haste is better actually by some portion. Also, my advanced skill duration is huge for ourselves. Oh yeah, it does come with that, doesn't it? It makes it so that we can get... Let me look at my POB real quick. So this is my POB. We have malevolence. We turn this off, turn this off, turn this on, turn this on. This is going to be a new setup. And then we have Vow Haste, remove Determination, remove Leap Slam, Divine Blessing. And then, of course, we have Malevolence now. So we have Skill Effect Duration, which means we're over-sustaining on our Enduring Cry, which means we can honestly switch some of these back to giving us armor. So let's start here. Which one was armor again? Rangokuri, Turtle. Where's Turtle? Oh, I was on a guard. No, not guard. It's Turtle, right? It's not. I feel like I'm blind. Warrior. Okay, it's Warrior. But I think I should be able to turn at least 2 back to Warrior. Uptime is still too much, so go back into Warrior. No. Val MS is 18 seconds from me. God damn. How long does Val haste typically last? Like base? Base duration is 4 seconds, but it lasts 18 for you? Because Divine Blessing increase. Does it? Oh, they have a base duration of 10.9, 11 seconds. Okay. Okay, in that case. Yes, is this better? 11 seconds. This has an aura effect of 35 versus 34 and 1.1 seconds higher. Or yeah, +1 level is definitely the way to go. Oh, Vow Molten Shell. Doesn't that like make you very, 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 very tanky? Applies a buff that raises your armor and takes some of the damage from hits for you before it's depleted. Second kill this reflected damage. This lasts 18 seconds? %39 of damage from hits is taken. Only 39%. But this can go above. This you can have Vow Molten Shell and Molten Shell up at the same time, right? Reflects 9,000% of the damage from the buff as this per second. Grants armor. Also, if you have Vow Molten Shell will not proc for the duration. Okay. Good to know. Maybe I'll try using Vow Molten Shell, but for now, let's look at Haste. Haste, we're currently gonna do this for Divine Blessing. That means we need 1 green socket on the gloves. So this and this would go in here. We drop Generosity. We drop this Enlighten. I actually prefer that if we drop Enlighten, because then we don't need to have Enlighten 4 to run it. Let me see. Vow Molten Shell is cracked. Let's see. Where is the buff? Buff can take up to 20% of your armor up to 10,000 10,000. I'm guessing this helps a lot with your what's the word I'm looking for here? Mind over matter Eldritch battery tech. I can fix that, Goku. Alright, if you say so. Ah. $13K, 26. Let's turn on flasks. And then let's turn this on. Now we're looking at max hit of... Oh, we kind of screwed up your max hit, didn't we? What did we do this time? We took this off. We took this off. Then we switched. This was immutable force. Remove this. We had this going for us. I think it was this way actually. Doesn't matter. Now helmet is back to normal. So, but in any case, we see it jump from 14K to 22K. And this is up for 18 seconds, you say. So that is insane. But does that mean you do not use Val Haste? Or do you just, like in a boss fight, do you not use Val Haste? Do you drop this in favor of like regular haste? Just so your Val Molten Shell is up more? Because I am thinking of, I could pick up Val Molten Shell and just use that. You use both? But this is for T17, right? So yeah, I could use Val Molten Shell. PS, here's some advice. If you change your Lua file, you bring in new minions with yada yada, right? Do not click update. It's going to remove your changes. So once you do that, make sure you do not have an update or anything of the sort. You're not going to update your POB for a long while. And if you do update it, then you have to re-add your changes, and it is still going to bring up update, because the reason it brings up update, I believe, is because the version you have doesn't match what is on your system or on the repository. So it's trying to update to bring them in sync. So once you make the change, you see the update there. Just ignore it. I never pop out Val Haste, only on juicy packs. So here's a few things I'm going to I can take away from your build up. Val Haste, Divine Blessing Haste. I think I should have enough mana for it. Did you say you had tested this with automation? Because I'm hoping automation would pop regular haste on off cooldown. This is my hope. If I can get this, like, it's going to be on the same link, right? So if I can get it to pop this, it would be huge. Then Molten Shell. We're going to also go Val Molten Shell here. We're of course going to turn this off. We'll leave Molten Shell checked, but turn that off, turn this off. It has to be an instant skill. I don't think this gives it a cast time. Is there a cast time? I don't see a cast time anywhere. Cast time is instant for the base skill, and Divine Blessing doesn't give it a cast time. Try it in game. I guess I could do determination. Where is determination? This is determination, right? Oh god, I have no sockets I could try with. Okay, I can do my weapon actually. So I put determination here. automation here, and I need divine blessing, and that's red. I will need, okay, we do it this way. This goes in here. Take off molten shell. Determination, automation, and then we slap on divine blessing. Divine blessing. It's not going off. Oh wait, it's duration. Okay, I was so confused. I could have just unsocketed the determination, to be honest. So if I turn on automation, it's not turning on at all. If I put molten shell, can I turn it on? Yes, I can. So it doesn't work. It doesn't work with this. So you have to manually press the divine blessing. Is there a line that says cannot modify support skills that are instant and have no reservation? So it has to not have reservation, and this has reservation. Yeah, no. It's something I can remember, but one thing to note in this playstyle is I would have to use Ray Spectre of Transience, I would have to use Arcanist Brand, and I would have to use that too. The Blessing, and then I would still have to use Val Molten Shell. So that's a lot of buttons. However, we only need to try that hard in a tier 17. Otherwise, we're in a tier 16. We're probably not going to need to have. We're not going to need Val Molten Shell. We probably don't. We would use Val Haste, but not Molten Shell. We still use this one, but we may not use Arcanist Brand unless we find a tough mob. We just take the less block duration or less block uptime. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Val Molten Shell only for ghosted exiles and stuff. My build can easily AFK normal T16s. Yeah, so in terms of buttons, in a T17 we need to press all those buttons, but in a T16 we press this and we press Val Haste. And then of course we press mobility and convocation, but that's it. When we're try-harding, we would have haste here, we would have molten shell, or we have molten shell here, haste here. And then we just go that way. Okay, so these are things we're going to end up changing in our character. We're not going to do that this stream though. We're going to we're not doing that this stream. I press molten shell a lot on T17s. Yeah. Also, wait, you don't use automation of a molten shell, so I guess that's why, right? What's quick question about this real quick. If I have, let's remove this if I forget. If I have I guess molten shell up, can I press Val molten shell, or do I need to wait until it drops before I can press it? And do they share a cooldown? Yeah, I know you've mentioned it in the past. Do they share a cooldown? I assume no. Val skills typically don't share cooldowns, right? And they can. It overrides. Okay, okay. I'm just confirming. Just wanted to be sure. So, what are we going to do? We're done. We're probably going to end the stream here. But last plans. What am I going to do before tomorrow? I'm going to switch up the runes so I can have haste up. We haste up. I'm then going to switch things around. Okay, let me just visualize it. Let's visualize it together. I'm gonna have Leap Slam Determination here, so this is gonna be 3 red. Then Haste and Divine Blessing goes here. We have Molten Shell and Automation. Then we're going to have our War Cry and Call to Arms here alongside Convocation. So we're going to replace the shield. We no longer care about crit, so we're going to drop crit. We're going to get a shield that has, probably going to get a cheaper one that also has a max early res and damage and life and yada yada, right? We're going to get something along those lines. Then what else is there to rework? Then the tree, I might drop some pure life to pick up the deep breaths so I can get that buff uptime better, or in a spot I want. We're also going to buy a malevolence. We're going to buy, I don't have malevolence here. So if you Molten Shell, it overrides Val Molten Shell and vice versa. But if you Val Molten Shell, regular MS is on cooldown. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That means automation would also not cancel it, which was also kind of a worry I had when I was reading the part where you said it overrides. They said I should buy a Fractured +1 shield. Why? I don't think I can craft something better than the shields that are grave crafted. Because the grave crafted ones are just T1 life, T1 this, T1 that, T1 this, you know. I just won't get mirrored so I can actually adjust the links and colors and whatnot. So by tomorrow we should have Enduring Cry. Oh god, I'm dreading that. Why? I hate hearing that shout. Like I'm gonna end up muting the game when I'm not playing it. Like if I have it open and I'm not actively playing, I would end up muting it because hearing that scream, nah. Or because of the chittering I'm very used to, maybe I get used to it. After all, I was listening to Oak shout all the time. I didn't care because it was Oak, but it wasn't me. Now it's me. I don't know why it's different, but like now it's my character doing the shout. I have issues with it. But yeah, we're gonna be dropping the crits. We'll use that to get closer to here. We'll drop some health. We'll get the full thing. Then we're going to switch our cluster drove. We have an 8 passive one that's really good. I think it's this one that has AS, life, and increase effects. Now we're probably going to try to get an 11 passive eventually, but this is good for now. This is a good starter replacement. Val Molten Shell doesn't share cooldown, but if MS is on cooldown and then you Val Molten Shell still waits for balance to turn up before recovering. So does it pause the Molten Shell cooldown to where if you just like if Molten Shell falls off cooldown and then you Val Molten Shell, and by the time Val falls off, do you have Molten Shell? Or would that still have to wait for its cooldown once Val is done? Okay, so the cooldown stays. So long as it had a cooldown when you activated Val, it is going to still need to go through that cooldown recovery. So it basically pauses exactly where it was and it continues when Val Molten Shell is done. Alright, that makes sense. Okay. With that said, and with the changes made, we're going to be doing a lot of regearing, like a lot, right? And we should have a lot of extra ES to work with, or resistance rather, once we're done with the change. But that being said, I don't think oh no, I get it. You can interrupt it and then you would have it on cooldown by the time you're done with our Molten Shell. And then it will come back when the cooldown is done. Unless it's going to continue the Molten Shell exactly where it stopped off, then that'd be really convenient. That'd be really convenient. But anyways, we're going to be reworking this character. I think once I'm done tomorrow, or with the changes I want to make, assuming I can afford it, because you know my in-game account is broke as hell. I'm probably gonna rework my farming strategy altogether because I really like Betrayal, but it just doesn't feel rewarding. I hate doing the Katarina fight and not seeing anything to show for it, and knowing I have to, like, it makes it feel like a slog to continue with. I think they really need to change Betrayal. Like, this is honest opinion. I think they really need to change. It was a hard miss on their part. Because honestly, I would rather if I was getting 4 divines every kill and I was getting 1 Veiled Orb every 3, or I was getting a Veiled Orb every kill and it was 4 divines, but you know, then I can scale it up by getting more Katarina kills per hour, than the current state where I'm getting like 12 after missing it like 2-3 times, and then I get it once and I get the 12. It's like, I'm gonna search your POB and see if I can copy anything. Okay, I can actually post the current version for you, so you have the changes we made. Let me just share, copy. There you go. They nerf Betrayal into the orbit. It is just disgusting. Like, every single time I think about respecting from Betrayal, I respect from Betrayal, and I think I really like Betrayal, so I go back to Betrayal. Then I do one Katarina fight and I'm like, I hate this so much. So much. But yeah, I think we're going to end up doing this tech, right? We're going to end up doing the Warcry, Vow, Molten Shell, everything. And by the end of it, my hope is to be able to run many 8 mod. My goal is to be able to run many 8 mod map affixes. Like, I know crit is going to always be a problem. Not crit, cooldown recovery, because Warcry needs it. A lot of things need it, right? So cooldown recovery might become a new problem for me. But other than that, reduced buff duration would also be bad, because that would affect my haste, among other things. But I can do without haste, I guess. I'll look through all the mods and figure out. But the goal is to be blocked by as little as possible. Crit, I don't care about, because I will get crit immunity tattoos. So like, I won't care about that too much. The worst thing is going to be yeah, what are all these bots doing here? Okay, what was I saying? It's an awful mod, yeah. So the goal is to be affected by as few mods as possible. I can see us being affected by aura effects. I can see us being affected by, because aura effect means no determination, no haste, no malevolence, no. So aura effects, cooldown recovery. Crits might be bad for the minions themselves in Necrotic Bones, because they aren't crit immune. I don't have an AG to give a crit immunity chest. Garb of the Ephemeral, I don't have that. What else could be bad? What else is currently bad? Cannot regen life is bad for me, just because I need to regen ES and life. I currently block plus to Chaos Res, because plus to Chaos Res just makes things tanky. Garb doesn't do shit for crits. I mean, it kind of does to a degree. If you give your AG aggressive, I think it does. I tried it in Affliction and would die on my portal. It's mobs that are close to your AG that cannot kill crit. Or is it nearby allies cannot be crits? I forget the mod actually. I think it's nearby PoE. PoE wiki, Garb of the Ephemeral. Let's check this out real quick. Garb of the Ephemeral. Synthesize. Yeah, nearby enemies cannot deal crits. So the AG has to be close to the enemies. So it needs to have like my AG is on me at portal. So Affliction, remember, they were nearby enemies where the radius is so small. Nearby typically isn't the biggest, but it's also not the smallest either, in my experience, right? Like, if I were to go live again, in my experience, nearby is like this circle over here. So this circle around, like let's say this circle around the AG cannot crit. So if you give the AG aggressive and he's running to the enemies, they should typically be in that circle. Like if you go outside of here, like at the edge of your screen, if your AG is on you, they can still crit. But like if he's aggressive, he's going to run to them. So in more situations, especially with stuff like in maps like Strand, you should be chill. Like I know I also use it in Affliction, and I was having a swell time, but I was also playing Strand, so I can understand why I was. They updated the wiki because I thought it was bugged, and the wiki dev said no, it's just bad. Okay, duly noted. In any case, my plan for crit immunity is tattoos, so I will try to get as many as I can, just so I can run crit maps. Then, what other mod is affecting me currently? Suppress spell damage, I still skip that one. Like they're just some mods I can't imagine, you know, you running. Quick question: does suppress spell damage affect poison? I think it does. Realistically, I think it does. I just have to be sure. And of course, there's also a chance to avoid poison, but I can now run reduce crit because I don't care about crit. Or reduce damage from crit, rather. Because suppress spell damage will reduce the base hits, and as such, reduce the poison that is afflicted from it. That is the way I understand it to work, and I think it should be that way. I'll ask around all stream, to be honest. I'll just to confirm. I know people who are running a whole lot of poison minions, so they should know. Anywho, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the help with the build. I think we're going to end up with a really strong character. Because the biggest thing I wanted to fix on this character was survivability, and I think we have solved a whole lot of survivability issues today, especially with the Warcry tech and the other tech, I forget the name. Warcry tech and the molten shell, everything. So we're gonna see how it ends up performing. I think it should be good. We'll have to see. But for now, good night. Thank you for stopping by.